Take risks or suck dick. The title is correct. As a man, you either take risks or you suck dick. Because taking risks is a very masculine thing to do, right? If you want to unleash your inner masculine spirit, instead of being like a feminine gay little bitch like so many men are today, you probably are like that too. If you want to release the masculine inside you and express it, then just take risk. Risk, I could explain through an analogy that I used in a previous video where I said that you're in front of a door and you have a key to open the door, and behind the door could be treasure or nothing, and there's also a big fat bull guarding the treasure that could probably kill you, and you have to kill the bull or tame it or do whatever you can to get the treasure. Or there could literally be nothing and the bull is still there and you just have to fight the bull now, right? That's risk. So risk is doing something that has a positive result or a negative consequence. There's a chance of both. The biggest misconception of risks, which is why like no one takes them, is that they often think the positive and negative results have an equal chance of happening. And they're equally significant. So the goodness of the positive results is equivalent to like the badness of the negative consequence. But the thing is, most of the time for most risks, the positive result is actually so much better in degree of positivity than the negative consequence is in the degree of, negativity. Let's say you're taking the risk of like quitting your job and doing a business, or deciding not to go the academic path and starting business, right? So many people will tell you that the positive results is making a lot of money, and the negative results like you're on the streets, and both are equally good and bad. You know what I mean? Like making a lot of money is nice, but there's a chance that you end up homeless and on the streets. But the thing they fail to forget is that being a homeless man on the streets is actually not that bad. And I'm not trying to offend homeless people, but the thing is, you living homeless, right? You can still go apply for jobs. Right? You can still go to your local McDonald's and ask, right? You can still take those chances, take some opportunities to try to improve your life, right? There's obviously things you can do, and you're still living, and you can also like go to a homeless shelter or something, or you could like go ask other people for money. You could do all these things, right? And maybe you can't. Maybe you're in a situation where you feel like you can't, but you're probably not taking opportunities that are in front of you and at your disposal. And I'm not going to be the one to fucking sit here and say like, oh, you're not taking any opportunities. That's for you to figure out yourself. If you are offended by this bit, then the chances you're probably not taking the opportunities in front of you. So basically what I'm saying is that being on the streets and being like a homeless man and living from like paycheck to paycheck for some time isn't as bad as living a life full of regrets. I think living a life full of regrets is actually the worst thing that could ever happen. Because you only have one life and you want to live it the way that you envision it. By following like the safe path and like all these things that our parents are preaching us and it worked for them, and like, you could get rich on it back then, but you can't get rich off it now. We are actually creating regrets for our future selves. In that we feel like we did the wrong thing for our time. We didn't actually do the thing that was best for our lives and best for our future family. Instead, we were just listening to our parents because we thought they were right. But we forgot that everyone's a fucking human and that everyone makes mistakes. And our parents are not like fucking God. And like whatever they said is true. And your parents probably don't like risk. But you need to like do it anyway. You need to just push through, all like the, parental, resistance that you face for taking risks, and just take it anyway, because anyway your parents were probably raising you to be like a little bitch, and you need to be able to take yourself accountable for your own future self. You need to hold yourself accountable for your future self, because your future self, you don't want him to be a soft little bitch, right? You want him to be a tough man. So if you want to be a tough man, go take a risk, go do something that's risky and has like a possible big negative consequence. But at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? You're still living, and you still have time to keep trying for the positive result that could possibly come, instead of just saying, oh, I don't want this risk. I'm going to live a mediocre life for the rest of my existence. A life that I didn't even want in the first place. A life that I actually wouldn't envision as my dream life. And you should always live up to the standards of your dream life, because you only have one life, and when you're dead, you don't get it back. There's always going to be different chapters of your life, but they can't all be safe, because if they're all safe, then your life will be a boring ass story. You want to have that risk, that fucking struggle, that pain. It's nice to have, especially as a man. It literally makes you grow. And it makes you a better person, and it makes you more money, and it gets you attraction from women. It does literally everything. You get more respect from men, you get more respect from the general population. Taking a risk literally does all that for you. So there's no reason not to just do it now. So remember that. Take risks or suck dick. This video won't change your life. You will.